Hello, everyone. I recently went to the Cookeville, Tennessee coin show. It's a small town coin show. Had about 30 booths or dealers there. Cookeville is about halfway between Nashville and Knoxville, a little closer to Nashville, and they have two shows a year. One is in February and one is in September or October every year. And there are usually two or three dealers that have a really good foreign coin collection or foreign coins for sale that they have at their booths. And so it's always a good show. And honestly, I usually do better at the spring show than the fall show, but I was able to pick up a little bit here. And so let's just go through here and these are going to turn into a lot of future videos for me. There were many dealers who are selling bulk. So we've got a 3-pound lot right here. I should get the bag out of the way so I can set these down right here. So that is a 3-pound lot. Then another 3-pound lot. And then there's a 1-pound lot for $6. These first 3-pound lots, they were 16 each. And then I've got a couple more. Here's a 2-pound lot for 11, and then another 2-pound lot for 11. So all of these came from the same dealer, and so if I add that up in my mind real quick, that's 6, 8, 10, 11 pounds of coins and about $5 to $6 for each pound. See, that's some of the benefits you can get when you're lucky enough to not be able to buy them off of eBay. But then there was another dealer that had never sold bulk before, and I got this 3-pound bag for 18. So probably all of these bags are going to be turned into future videos at some point. So from those two dealers that I've purchased from already, I also got this bag of foreign coins in flips, and also this small bag of 4 for $1 coins. As you might be able to hear some thunder in the background. Then from the other dealer, I got this bag of carded coins and this bag of 5 for $1 coins. And so that's a lot from just two dealers. Then if you've seen some of my past videos where I've talked about purchasing treasures, that dealer was here today. I've gone through his box a lot, but I got a little bit from him. So that's good. I got a business card from a dealer I've never met before who has an office in Spencer, Tennessee. That's, if you're not familiar with Tennessee, but you've heard of Fall Creek Falls, it's pretty close to Fall Creek Falls. That's a really tiny town on top of a mountain. I didn't buy anything from him. I just found that in my bag here. But we're going to go through a little bit today where I bought a small number of tokens and a small number of coins from other dealers where it's not worth making their own video. So we're going to just go through a tiny little bit right now. I'll zoom in here, and our first coin now is not going to focus. Maybe. Try this again. Here we go. So we're going to start with a 1942 Fiji penny. Come back to this side in a moment, but Fiji was overseen by the British, so instead of having a portrait of the monarch, they're just going to say the name here. George VI, King, Emperor, and then it shows the crown on here. So these Fiji pennies were coins with holes in them, so no spot to put a monarch. So this one's going to have an S mint mark right here above the N in penny. And KM7A, and I think the A is because of the S mint mark that appears in that coin. Next, we're going to go to this coin from Japan. It is a 50 sen coin, and I have it upside down. I even made a note. This side is up. I guess the dealer who sold it to me didn't realize it, because if you look at it, there looks like there's a bird in flight there in the middle, but This side actually is up. And with Japanese coins, if you can't tell, usually this little round thing symbol means that that side is up. But this was it's not quite a 1-year coin, but if you found one from the next year, it would be very rare. I think they weren't supposed to be released to the public, so there aren't many of them out there. So it's actually going to be from 1946, or the year of the ruler, year 21. It is a 50 sen coin. And for this 1-year coin made out of brass, it actually has 50, and then in tiny little letters sen for those of us who speak English, and then the date of 2 plus means 10 and a 1, so that's 21. And in your catalog, it's KM 67. Here is a commemorative coin from Italy, another 1-year coin. And I've written on here, it celebrates the centennial of the Livorno Naval Academy. In 1981, here's the 1981, so the century 1881 to 1981. It is a 100 lira coin, KM 108. Our next coin is going to be an older coin from Mexico, from their first republic. It has a date on here of 1861, and it is very well worn for a coin that's 150 years old, but 1/4 of a real. So if you remember the real system from a lot of the countries controlled by Spain, the 8 real was about the size of a US silver dollar. And then that would make the 4 real, which was half of that, about the size of a US half dollar, or a Kennedy half dollar. The 2 real was 1/4 of that, so it was about the size of a United States quarter dollar. And then the 1 real was half the size of a quarter, so a little bit bigger than a US dime, but this was back at a time when all these coins would have been made out of silver. So this copper coin was supposed to be 1/4 of one of those silver coins about the size of a US dime. And this one's well beaten up, but it's a pretty hard coin to find. Flip this one over. And so we have a seated figurine design. KM 344. The word Libertad would be written around this edge. So well worn that it's very tough to see. But even the catalog says in good condition, this coin does book for $3, which is, yeah, I'd never seen anything like it before, so I wanted to make sure that I picked that up at this price. Wish it was in better shape, but if it was, this would have cost a lot more money. So those first 4 coins were just coins that I bought from one dealer. Let's move on to a token dealer that I picked up a couple things from. I found this interesting. It was he had a few of these. It was a 1960s penny, or yes, U.S. cent, with JFK stamped on it. So this was about 4 or 5 years after JFK was assassinated. Someone went through and stamped this on a penny. And my mother-in-law has a birthday coming up in a couple of days, and she collects Kennedy memorabilia, including coins, and so I thought she would find this interesting, especially since it was done so close to the time of his assassination. It does cause a little imprint, or kind of messes up the back a little bit, but if you're buying this, it's not because you want it for the quality of the penny, but you know, from 1968, it's still got some luster to it. I thought that was nice. Now, the other videos that I make on my channel that are not coin related are all Tennessee things. That's why my name is C Mid TN Brent, because my other hobby is doing photo and video of things in the Tennessee area. And so that dealer had a couple of pressed pennies that I thought was interesting. Here's one of the Chattanooga Choo. You may have heard of the song, but there's an actual train station in Chattanooga called the Chattanooga Choo. It was turned into a hotel once train travel stopped being prominent. And there is a neon sign on top of the train station that looked just like this design right here, and I like that. And I think I just now caught on that the smoke that's billowing out of the train has the word Chattanooga written on it. So I think that's neat. But one of my favorite attractions in the Tennessee area, barely in Georgia, but people associate it with Chattanooga, Tennessee, is Rock City atop Lookout Mountain. And for all these years, well, here recently, one of their ways of advertising is with birdhouses. So that is a popular thing they sell, birdhouses with See Rock City on it. But before that, they used to advertise by painting on barns a message like See Rock City. And so that was one of the first things that I loved to photograph was Rock City barns, and would always chase them down. And so to find a pressed penny that had the birdhouse stamped on it, I thought that was pretty neat. But while we're talking about Rock City, this was sold by a token dealer, but it's actually a keychain fob. So I don't know how far back this would go, but there would have been um, a little ring that would go through this hole right here. The hole was not punched by someone later, but actually how this was manufactured. And you've got the Rock City Gardens atop Lookout Mountain, Lover's Leap. And so that is the way that this looked before they put guardrails out there. So it was just a mountain that was protruding out, and people would walk up to the edge and take a look over the edge, and that's the spot where they say you could see 7 states, which was common on their advertising. Flip this one over, and at that place today, it is called Lover's Leap because it comes with a story of an Indian princess who leapt to her death at this particular mountain peak. But you go there today, and there's this tablet out there, a stone tablet, which points the 7 states that you can see. You're in Georgia. Alabama's not far away. Tennessee's just a couple of miles away, and then both the Carolinas. But supposedly you should be able to see, according to them, Kentucky and Virginia, which are several hundred miles away, but they say that you could be able to see it from here. Probably not true, but they've always said you can see 7 states from this spot at Rock City, and I thought that was pretty interesting. So all of these bags I got out earlier, they're probably going to each turn into their own video, but I have lots of coins that I picked up over the summer that I have not filmed yet, and so I'm not going to release these videos in the order that I picked them up. It's just whatever feels right, but I do have a lot of videos that are going to come out over the next few months in no particular order, but you're going to see the things that are in the bags here. So I mentioned that I really like the Cookeville show, but there's another show that's coming up here really soon for those of you who are near Tennessee that you might find interesting. I'm taking a picture of my web browser right here for the International Money Exposition. It has a website of imex.show, and it's going to be in Nashville downtown at the convention center the last weekend of October. And so I don't think it's open to the public on that Sunday, but it will be open to the public that Friday and Saturday. And so I've never been to a huge coin show before, and I don't think they've had one in Nashville in quite a while. And so this is going to be the largest show that I will have ever been to. I don't know what to expect. If dealers are paying a couple $100s for a booth, I'm not sure that they're going to have a bag of quarter coins on it. So I don't know if there's going to be for me. I don't know if they're just going to be sitting around dealing gold and Morgan dollars. And if they have foreign, it's probably going to be 1,600 crowns or things that are out of my price range generally. But I don't know what to expect. But at the same time, they're going to be at least there's a couple hundred tables here, so there should be something that I find interesting. They've also got the United States Mint, the Royal Canadian Mint, maybe the Franklin Mint, places like that. So there might be some modern foreign coins that I'll be able to pick up just from these booths. So It's something that'll be interesting. So I'm interested to see what this is going to be like. All right, I'll catch you later. Bye.